Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 3-0 Take, where we talk all things Major League Baseball. Here's Kyle Corwin and Nate Reyes. It all starts right now.
Welcome back to the 3-0 Take, presented by Big League Chew. This is episode 318. I'll be your host, Kyle Corwin, and I'm here with my co-host, Nate Reyes. Nate.
Hi.
What a week.
What a week.
What a week.
What a weird week.
Here I sit.
All right. That's all we got. Take care. All right.
That pretty much sums it up right there. That sums it up. No, I mean the fact that we're even here recording, honestly, I think is a feat in and of itself.
We beat all the odds.
So here's the thing. We spent last episode at the end of last week talking about how we were just resilient and persevered and how these were like the days in which we grinded, and then come Monday or Tuesday, I guess it was too late for the boys, and I guess Nate had one too many brews, and it didn't take much to tap out the other night. So I thought that was a little ironic, but here we sit.
Occupational hazard. That was a scramble effort anyway. That was a Hail Mary pass, and you know it.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because for those wondering why in the middle of a postseason that you're not getting 2 episodes this week, it's because the New York Yankees decided to just ruin everything.
I already took care of this for you. I already sent you that video.
I don't know what video you're talking about. Their horrendous decision making in terms of the cancellation or postponement, I should say, of Game 5 of the Division Series matchup with the Guardians.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. You don't watch my videos that I send you
on TikTok? No, I don't know if I've figured out that.
Real nice. I sent you a video of a guy explaining that MLB takes over that during the postseason, not the home team.
I don't buy it. I think the Yankees have a very strong hand in that decision making, as they let their fans corral around the concourse, racking up those concession sales, those beer sales, and then they're like,
right.
You know what?
They're struggling real hard on the finances.
Apparently so. If they couldn't make a decision as earlier than they did,
people. No,
they must be
hurt.
It's
MLB's decision. You know it is.
Anyway, they threw everything off. We were going to record after that game, and then they canceled. And then I was like, well, we're not going to record before Game 5 because they decided, hey, let's make it an afternoon game now that we're postponing it. And then I was like, well, we're not going to record tomorrow either because then it'll be outdated. So then I was just like, you know what? Let's just throw it all out the window. Let's not even bother with it. And we're going to miss out on talking about how the Dodgers dropped to the Padres. We're going to talk about we're not going to be able to talk about the 18-inning game between the Mariners and the Astros, all because the Yankees can't read a map. How to a Doppler.
Map.
I don't know. A Doppler or radar, whatever. It doesn't matter. Not important. But here I sit in a hotel room in LA. Just
sounds like you're about to sing a song.
No song here.
Sad song.
No song here. But I just wasn't going to the only thing that would have prevented us from recording during an entire week would have been the hotel Wi-Fi. And the jury's still out on that. We may or may not make it through this episode. So if you're hearing this, congratulations. The Wi-Fi held out. But there's a good chance it doesn't make it through the end of this episode, but we'll see. But anyway, we could. Do you have any thoughts on what we missed, on what the people missed? Because people wanted our takes bad, and we weren't there to give it to them.
Yeah, I know.
Any takeaways from the final farewells from the Mariners, from the Braves. Anything that stood out to you?
I mean, I think your take of what you had last week or maybe the week before of, oh no, you didn't say the Mariners. You said a different team. I think you said the Padres. But you had the take where it was like you are gonna stumble for a few years, right? So like I kind of took it as, again, I thought you were talking about the Mariners. So I'm gonna use it as that now. I'm just gonna steal your take and swap it over to the Mariners. It's going to take a few years, right? And it's going to take like these falling short feel like seasons, you know? So last year, just kind of taking it down home stretch and not getting into the postseason. And then this year, it's like getting into the postseason. You were able to fight for through the wild card and get an opportunity to play at home in Seattle. And then you fall short. And so it's like they're getting there. Give it another year and they may make a deep run into the CS. And then who knows, a year after that, maybe they're holding the trophy. So I think it's going to take some of that heartbreak to really get it. And I know everyone's going to be like, oh, they've been out of the postseason for 20 years. How much heartbreak do you really need? Well, that's what this core is feeling for the first time. They haven't been out of the postseason for 20 years. Julio Rodriguez wasn't around. So
some of these guys weren't even born yet. So
right.
What are we
so
really
like
saying?
all this stuff is relevant to now. This group, this core, this clubhouse, and they're fine. Like they're gonna be fine. They are going to be a problem, and they're most likely gonna add some free agents this offseason that it's gonna help them. They're gonna be okay. So that 18 inning game was nuts and weird and unfortunate. But it's okay. Like, I wouldn't be that upset if I was a Mariners fan. I think you're going to be all right.
I just want to clarify for, I feel like the third or fourth time now, I was referring to the Padres with that take because you asked me.
That's what I'm saying. I'm stealing it now. It's now officially the Mariners take.
Now you're just putting words into my mouth. And
no, it's just mine.
The original question was, who's a team that you would not want to see win the World Series? And I said the Padres, and you asked me why, and it was for those reasons. I said, like, you need some growing pains. Like, I don't want to just see you cakewalk into the World Series and take it. Like, I'm going to need to see like a heartbreaking loss in the NLCS. You can go back, listen to the episode. I was talking about the Padres, and it's shaping up that way. I mean, granted, they split. They got one back today.
They're alive and well. They're going to be fine. They're going to be fine.
I don't know. My take could be looking pretty good. I know my take about the Phillies taking the Braves down in 4 was spot on. Your boy, by the way, is sitting at 7-1. Let me double check.
I have no idea what I'm talking about anymore. But I will say that from the first round, I came out and said I'm betting and predicting with my heart. Straight heart picks.
And your heart, as of right now,
is very much on the average
very
scale.
50-50.
Yeah.
Literally 50-50. You're sitting
very
at 4-4.
Wishy-washy. Very wishy-washy.
Your
Better
boy's
than Ryan. Ryan's watching baseball with one eye closed. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah. I have no words to defend Ryan. I'm sorry. I can't defend his honor. Yeah, we'll see. Of course, the Yankees of all teams had to go out and ruin perfection, but whatever.
I love that. I love that. That's the reason why you don't have a perfect bracket.
Well, what's wild is you came out and went with the Yankees, and you continued to pick the Yankees despite admitting on multiple occasions that you didn't think this was their year. So
right, this is the heart. Really sure. This is the heart bracket.
I'm not really sure what point you're trying. Yeah, your heart has told you to tell me that this isn't the Yankees' year, but you continue to choose the Yankees, which I guess is where the whole 50-50 thing comes into play. You don't really know what it's trying to tell you.
I got to do it.
Unbelievable.
You got to do it.
Want to give I already mentioned, been out here in LA this past week.
Yeah.
Got to give a little shout out to Murray, longtime listener. Got to meet up with Murray, went out for some good grub, talked for I'm pretty sure we were out for like 3 to 4 hours, just talking ball. We had the Padres and Phillies up on the TV in the restaurant. Just a good dude. Just a good dude. So take our word for it. If we're ever in your area and we're able to meet up, just count on us tracking you down, meeting up with you, going out and getting some grub and talking ball for 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
That's just what we do. You've already done that with a listener or two, and I think we're going to be doing it a lot more next year. So again, just want to give a little plug, a little shout out to Murray. Much love to one of the OGs. Speaking of one of our favorite listeners, we do have a voicemail here from Nate's, one of Nate's favorites. Figure we could. It's not your cousin. Could be though. He truly could be. Figure we could run through this and then talk some LCS. Let's see what we got with his voicemail. Come on now. Can you hear it?
No.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
All right, let's see what we got here. Let's give it another go. Still nothing.
No. Mic check 2-1-2.
All right. See, this is what happens when you record in a hotel. Things just rarely work. But hey, I mean, at least we have Wi-Fi, you know?
True.
Let's
as long as Netflix works.
You know what? While I'm doing this, how about you tell people about Big League Chew?
Big League Chew. All right. I'm going to go for it again. I don't think I need it anymore. But it has been a while. We haven't recorded in 3 weeks. Started from humble beginnings in the Portland Mavericks bullpen in 1977. For more than 40 years, the iconic pouches packed. No, that's it. See, I messed it up. I was skipping lines and stuff. The script is just out the window. I got to look it up. I could never be an actor. No, I had it, actually. I think I was good. Founded by former left-handed pitcher Rob Nelson, Big League Chew started from humble beginnings in the Portland Mavericks bullpen in 1977. For more than 40 years, the iconic pouches packed with shredded, flavorful bubble gum has become the #1 shredded gum of athletes everywhere. Big League Chew has sold more than 900 million pouches and is designated as the Hall of Fame bubble gum. Grab some gum. Head to Big League Chew's social media channels at Big League Chew on Twitter, at Big League Chew on gum, at Big League Chew on gum on Instagram.
On gum. No,
that gum
works.
To show off your gum. You can also find a list of retailers or more gum at their website, bigleaguechew.com.
Or
Big
more
League
gum?
Chew.
That's not... No, that was horrendous. I'm gonna have to pen a written apology to Big League Chew for that. That was...
Pen it out. That's basically the gist of it. They've been around a while. They're really good.
They've sold like 1 billion pouches of gum.
And if you want to find more gum, go to their website.
Social media.
I don't know why I didn't write that ad myself. I'm done with it 90 seconds ago.
Unreal. All right, let's see.
Speaking of sweets, by the way, I found out something. There's just a warning. This is that time of year. I'm warning you as well. This is something you need to be aware of. This is something everybody needs to be aware of. The mini candy pouches you for Halloween that you get from Target, where it's a big bag of all the minis.
Yep.
For some reason, correct me if I'm wrong, but for years past, the sweet stuff was always with the sweet stuff and the chocolate was always with the chocolate. Am I right? They never danced in the same bag.
Some of those like weird pouches. I feel like some of the weird bags.
the off candies, right?
Yeah.
Nope, not anymore. You can get a big bag mixed with Skittles, peanut butter cups, M&Ms, Snickers, Twix, and then there's also Swedish Fish and Twizzlers in there, right? Your chocolate tastes terrible if you buy that.
That's a real thing. Yeah.
It absorbed the
bag. Yep.
The candy in the gummy stuff. And it tastes so weird now. The Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is trash.
Yep.
And we bought like 3 giant bags of those things.
Well, that's on you. You shouldn't be buying 3 family-sized bags of candy, you know?
Well,
you did, and now you're going to have to deal with the consequences of that.
And we also bought it 2 weeks ago. So we just kind of planned for like a month long of candy. Anyway.
That's just for diabetes, but we won't get into that.
That's my PSA. Just be on the lookout. Be smart about your candy purchase.
So the takeaway here, don't buy mixed candy. Keep chocolates in the chocolates.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the sweets in the sweets.
It was awful.
We don't discriminate here, but when it comes to candy, just don't be an idiot.
Don't be an idiot.
Don't be an idiot. All right, let's see. Let's give his voicemail another go. See if it works. Oh for 3. All right, I'm going to give this one more go. No go.
All right. 0 for 4.
You know what?
She's going to play it on the phone.
I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to go old school here.
We're going old school, baby. I like it. Try not to bust any eardrums right now.
I'll let you be the judge. Tell me if it's too loud. Here we go.
All right.
Hey, Phil, it's AJ Torres from Danbury, Connecticut. I hope I'm not a broken record
good?
at this point. It was an absolute roller coaster for this Yankee-Cleveland series, and you know, we could go with the rain delays and everything else. That's fugazi, however you want to put it to start off with. But to me, when I was going with Game 3, I was in North Haven with a bunch of guys, and I actually introduced them to the show, and they love you guys because they find it amazing that a Yankee fan and a Red Sox fan could work very well together. Over in that part of the state of Connecticut, it's an abomination. Furthermore, I did not sleep well after Game 3, and I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. So, well, it sounds cliche, but I grabbed myself a drink and I went to sleep. But going on, I just got done watching the last game, the clincher, and Josh Naylor. Well, who is your daddy? What does he do? I don't know, but you get owned by the Yankees. Sorry, brother. But the one thing that I've been hearing, and I want your takes on this, is if we go to Giancarlo Stanton, and it is all of these, I'm sorry to say this about my own fan base, but these non-classy, clown show, freaking idiots called Yankee fans. Again, I'm sorry, but a lot of them are. They said, lean Giancarlo Stanton off the roster. And I'm thinking to myself, look at history. He produces in the playoffs. Did anyone forget 2020 where, I'm sorry, against Tampa, he hit, 4 home runs? Anyone forget that he had 3 hits in the last year wild card game against Boston? No, because everyone just has such a short memory, apparently. But if you look at that game, after he hits the home run, everyone's going crazy, and Cleveland just kind of looks. The life just got sucked out of him. Well, now we go on to Houston and on to bigger and better things. Fellas, take it easy, enjoy the show, and, well, hopefully our heart doesn't get burst out again by Houston. All the pain. Take it easy.
There you have it.
Hope being the operative word there. First off, I think my man dropped Fugazi. He dropped Fugazi on us early in that voice message.
He did. I mean, that's
dope. That's
a power move.
If you're dropping Fugazi, I love it.
So just clarify if you didn't gather from that voicemail, he left that after Game 5. So this was prior to
ALCS starting.
Game 1 of the ALCS, which just wrapped up tonight. Lot to digest here.
I mean, I guess we can. I mean, it's nice because I like hearing other Yankees fans that see the ridiculousness and like and it's not just eyewash when I'm telling you guys this. When I'm saying that, like, yes, I know that there's insane clown Yankee fans out there that just don't know what they're talking about, that are just all emotional and don't really know or pay attention. It's nice to hear another Yankee fan kind of validate that opinion because it is true. As far as the Stanton stuff goes, it doesn't matter. He's the ultimate guy to show that, like, you know, the regular season's done. I don't really care, and I'm capable of bigger and better things. And you can kind of see that's the way he goes when he's streaky. He's kind of checked out. You know what I mean? Like he's pressing, but he's also just like, whatever. It's game 120, and none of this really matters right now. So I think he's a guy that just kind of tweaks stuff and tries different things, and then when the postseason rolls around, he shuts it down and he just goes with what he knows. And he's a great postseason hitter, and honestly, he's doing amazing things for the Yankees overall. When you look at the grand scheme of things, he's been great. I don't know why Yankee fans boo him.
Yeah, and I don't know why they forget that, because they did the same thing with Boone. Like, apparently Boone is like the guy now, and it's like literally a handful of weeks ago you were calling for the I don't know. You were calling for this guy's head to be rolling.
I'm ready for it to go.
But the difference is like if he goes on to do anything, if he gets the team to the World Series, and it's like, all right, we ride with Boone. It's like,
yeah.
I don't understand the short-term memory here with Yankees fans.
It's true. It's very true. What else did he have in there? Josh Naylor. I think we got to address the Naylor stuff. That
hey, look, I don't know if you saw, he came out and they asked him after the game, after the Yankees kind of gave it back to him a little bit, and he's like, you know what? And fans, he was like, you know what? Like, it's cool, man. Like, it was awesome to see everybody kind of teaming up against me and kind of using what I use against them, against me. And I even tweeted, I was like, you know, like, respect. Like, you could have easily taken this and stormed off like a little child, but you owned it and you took the yell. And I think in a situation like that, that's the best way to disarm a fan base. You take what they're using against you away from them. And they can't. There's nothing they can do, because it's like, okay, well, this clearly doesn't bother them. So it's like, okay, well, what are we gonna do at this point?
No, this is gonna stay. This is gonna stay. He can say all he wants. This is gonna stick around. As long as he comes in New York,
he'll come back and they'll do it. But what I'm saying is, like, for the immediate future, it takes away the sting a little bit, at least from his perspective, I would imagine, because again, you could have taken this and run with it any which way, but he was like, you know what? And I'm sure I didn't see if this was like post game, if they had video, if this was like a press or whatever. But I'm sure if there was video and you go back and watch, he probably said it with like a grin on his face. He's like, you know what? That was cool. Like, and he even said that he was basically just like, I had the whole stadium like against me in that moment. He's like, I mean, what can I do? And so the fact they just played it off, I'm like, you know what? Respect, because you could have stormed it. We've seen guys take it and turn into just an absolute child in a scenario like that. So I mean, whatever. I'm not a big Josh Naylor guy. I feel like I've made that clear. There's just something about him that just I don't know what it is, but I'm like,
his helmet comes off every time he swings.
He's too over the top. Crazy. He's too over the top for me.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. Anyway, anything else in that voicemail? I don't remember.
Red Sox and Yankee fan work well together.
Yeah. We've, in case you're new, buddy, the story is we've been doing this for a long time. Too long. This has been, I mean, we've known each other since, 4 and 3, but we didn't obviously pay attention to the Yankees Red Sox at that
Yeah,
point.
we weren't podcasting then.
Yeah, it was probably like 8, 7, 9, 8 range.
Probably 9, 10, yeah.
Yeah. When we really started kind of going back and forth towards each other. Yeah, that makes sense because, I was born in 93. So I was still young for the
As was I.
Empire Dynasty stuff. But, yeah, that makes sense because like the 02, 03, 04 stuff was really when it started to get heated between us. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Yankees, let's transition right into ALCS Game 1. Just wrapped up tonight, as I mentioned. Anything that jumps out at you from this game, other than the fact that the Yankees decided to strike out 17 times?
Yeah, that was tough. That was hard, man. It was hard to watch. And I think the difficult thing was watching the game like Justin Verlander really took a good 50 pitches before he was settled in. He was not good for the first few innings, and the Yankees didn't capitalize. And I think the biggest at-bat in the game was Josh Donaldson striking out with a man on second and third and 1 out.
Did he have 3 Ks tonight?
He had 3 Ks, 0 for 4.
Struck out more than the entire Astros team.
This is, I think they set it on the. I think it was like a little ticker update on the screen that it's his 5th straight game with at least 2 strikeouts. So
that's pretty good.
I think it came down to that at bat. Not being able to just hit and they had the shift on. Altuve was behind second, short and third, deep in their spots, and second base was wide open. And just we can't hit a simple ground ball. And I know it's Verlander, but like he gave you 2 fastballs to start that AB. So tough there. And then that's when Verlander just went on his streak, man. I think he settled down and knocked out like 11 straight or something like that.
Yeah, which really, in my opinion, I feel like most people would agree here, but I think that's, you take a guy like Verlander, that's what separates him from the rest of the pack.
100%.
Where you get a guy
like when you're struggling, you're not even tapped in.
Right. You get a guy that's 50, 60 pitches into an outing, and it's like, it's not horrendous, but it's not your typical stuff.
Yeah.
What separates a guy like Verlander is he can get that deep into an outing and still figure out a way to lock in and dial in and to make his outing effective and efficient and give them a chance to stay in the game, I guess. Because it depends on how long they go with that particular outing, but he can give his team a chance. And other guys, if they get, like I said, if you get 40, 50, 60 pitches in and you're like, well, just don't have it. A lot of times guys, they'll compete, but mentally they're just not there. But a guy like Verlander's like, I've been here many times, and they just have that ability to even that deep into the outing, because you're not going to have it from the first pitch every single time. So you have to figure out a way to flip a switch, even if it takes you a few innings. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like, that's true Hall of Fame stuff. That's what he was able to do. And now it went from like, back-to-back rough starts in the postseason to him settling in and probably carrying some decent momentum into his next start. So job well done on his part. As far as Yankee side goes, I don't think Donaldson can be in the lineup tomorrow. I just don't see how that's even a thought process for Boone, and Clark Schmidt cannot be the first choice out of the bullpen anymore. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what we're doing there. And Frankie Montas continues to look like a flop. So, I mean, look, if the Yankees can take the game 2, I feel really good. But if they drop game 2, I mean, it's all 3 at home or bust.
That's a tough. I mean, I've said it before. We both agree that's a tough place to win a baseball game. Like
Houston
and the postseason. You add the postseason into that mix.
Yeah,
that's a tough place to win a baseball game. Yeah. And I was just reading through some some comments and replies after the game tonight, and I just see going back to the whole Yankee fan confusion. That's a fan base I just don't get like at all. I don't know how you deal with your counterparts over there, but I just don't understand that fan base whatsoever. They confuse the heck out of me. But I was just seeing so many salty Yankee fans just continue, and I'll give them credit that again. I'm sure there's a percentage of the fan base that has addressed the whole Astros thing. They've processed it, they've dealt with it, and they've moved on from it. But there's still that percentage of Yankee fans where they continue to bring that up. And I'm like, whether you're a Yankee fan, whether you're a Mariners fan, if you continue to use the Astros cheating scandal as a crutch, you're just making yourself look absolutely terrible, because this Houston Astros team is a good baseball team. We've said it. We've seen it. We've seen it play out.
They're the most complete team in the postseason right now.
The most complete team in the postseason. And if you continue to use the cheating scandal as a crutch with every day, with every month, every season that passes, that you continue to use that, it just makes you look more and more pathetic, because at a certain point, there's not going to even be anybody on the team that was even in connection with that scandal. So
I mean, when you talk offensively, you're only looking at Altuve, Bregman, Gurriel. Everyone else is new. Jordan, I don't think Kyle Tucker was there yet, was he? McCormick in center.
No.
Pena obviously being a rookie. Maldonado maybe. I think he was there for that. Behind the plate.
But even then, he's splitting time with Vasquez.
Yeah, he's splitting time. And I mean, I don't know. It's just, yes, it sucks. And like, yes, that is something that we're probably never going to forget as baseball fans. But I think you just have to recognize that, like, this is the Dusty Baker era. And it's different. It's just a different ball club. And I think it's a different mentality, and it's a different energy, and I don't know. It's just we can't discredit the fact that they are who they are. They're a really good ball club. They belong here, and I think they're the biggest threat to anyone in this postseason. So they're the favorite, and it's like, and tonight I think that's why it stung a little bit, because like the Yankees had a little crack in the window that they could have opened up. And they could have taken advantage of what Verlander was in the beginning of the game, and just they didn't. And so we'll see what's next. But I'm nervous if they don't take game 2. I'd be thrilled. I'm ecstatic if they take game 2, though. I'm extremely happy if they can do it. And shout out Tyone, Jameson Tyone, heck of a start. Like that was a gritty, tough start, man. He did his job. He did exactly what he should have done.
And the team rewarded him by sending him back on a buggy. What was that? Are you serious? You can't even get a bus ride back to the hotel?
Not enough space, I guess. I don't know. I have no idea. How does that happen?
Then leave like the trainer behind. Leave somebody behind. Don't leave the guy.
Just leave a bag behind.
Yeah, put him under the bus if you have to. Leave a couple bags of bats behind. What was that about?
This has been a postseason of weird stuff, I feel like, especially like Cleveland and the hotel stuff. This is all bad. All bad. NL side, man, we got some exciting baseball going on the NL side. I got to admit, I think it's way more exciting on the NL side this year in general.
I'm locked in on the NL. I feel like probably, I guess from like the start. I may have already said this,
it's just but I feel really like good baseball
from the start. I just feel like I've just been locked, which is odd because National League Baseball has just for the longest time never really interested me, because I'm just like, even if I'm not watching the Sox, I can tune in to see how the Yankees are doing. I can tune in to
somebody relevant like to your
the
team.
Orioles right down the road. I mean, not that I would tune into them on a regular basis, but there's just other options, other strong options in the American League. But the National League, I'm just like, And I'll admit, like it did take the DH coming around to finally be like, all right, like okay,
For sure.
adds a little more
Absolutely.
credibility to the league here.
Yeah.
But yeah, the postseason on the National League side has just been so much more engaging to me, and I don't know if it's just because of the matchups or just the quality of baseball we're getting out of that side of things. But I mean, we're locked at 1-1 here with the Phillies and Padres. Phillies, I won't say stole game one because I mean that's a heck of an outing from Wheeler.
Was like just a quick sucker punch.
Yeah,
a quick out the gate.
Absolutely earned game one for sure.
Yeah.
Game two obviously didn't go their way, but you gotta think if you jump out to a 4-0, it was 4-0 lead, right? Or was it 4-2?
No,
I'm pretty sure they jumped out to 4-0.
I think it was 4-0.
And you got Noel on the mound. I mean,
yeah, dude, that's a win. That has to be a win, right? I mean, that's kind of the way I look at it.
Yeah, they went up 4-0, and then Nola immediately gave up a 2 spot.
Yeah,
which that's tough. They teach you that in like high school baseball.
Right.
Like you gotta put up a 0 after you put up a crooked number, and they weren't able to do that. And I think, who really knows? Things still may have gone the same way, but you may be looking at a completely different ball game if you're able to put up a 0 there. Because if you're the Padres, if you're that fan base, if you're in that stadium, the air feels a little bit different if you continue to get fed zeros after the Padres or after the Phillies put up a 4 spot. But you get 2 back.
It seems further away. Yeah. If you can immediately.
We're still in it.
Yeah. If you can immediately respond. But that big inning, the big 5-run inning, what was so cool about it was the subtle story between the Nola brothers. And that's literally what started the rally. Kim was on first. They do a little hit and run, and Austin Nola shoots a ball to right center against little bro, and Kim finds a way to score from first.
Ha-Sung Kim, the face of baseball.
Honestly, dude,
Fernando.
Who? Seriously.
I am upset with myself that I haven't been able to lock in on more Ha-Sung Kim baseball.
He's the man. He's the man.
He's the dude. I love the way he plays, man. He plays like he's got his hair on fire. I love it.
Yeah, dude. He's rolling. But from him, like to score on a hit and run from first on a single to the right center gap. I mean, that's nuts. And then it was just knock after knock after that. Yeah, they just got it rolling.
I mean, I know it's greedy to want to grab both on the road like that if you're Philly, but if you take game one, you
got to be happy.
You one hit, I believe, the Padres in game one. Yeah, you one hit the Padres.
1 or 2, yeah. It was bad.
And then you go up 4-0 in game two. Again, I know it's a little greedy. Like the times that the frequency that happens, not great.
Yeah.
But you go up 4-0 in game two, I just feel like you have to find a way to close that deal, because going back home up 2-0, that's a much better spot to be in than splitting.
That's never leaving. Yeah, that's staying in Philly.
Yeah, after just a meltdown of an inning, like talk about night and day in terms of where you're at mentally. I feel like, because you could be going back 2-0, but instead you're going back, like I said, you're going back with a split, and it wasn't exactly the cleanest loss. I'll just say that.
Yeah. And shout out to the acquisitions, man. Drury and Bell both with a clutch home run that was like in the middle of that response. I think that was the 2-run response. That's what Nola gave up after the 4 spot. Was a solo shot between Bell and Drury, right? I think that's what that was.
Something. I could be way off base here, but they were saying something, I think, on the broadcast that said all of the acquisitions that they made at the deadline accounted for some very high percentage of the runs that they scored today. I don't remember the exact number, but it was like those guys showed up today. So.
That's what you need. That's what you need. But if you're Philly, I mean, like, you gotta be stoked that you stole one. And now, like, this is your job here. Like, if you're the team of destiny, this can't go back to San Diego. You got to finish it. You got to take all 3 at home. That's a tall ask, but that's what you got to do, right? Like, if you're the team,
if there's one place to pull that off, I'm telling, dude, I would argue, aside from the fact that I was feeling this Philly team back in March, aside from all of that, the singular reason I'm taking Philly to go to the World Series is because of that atmosphere at Citizens Bank.
I think it's going to be nuts.
That
I think there's
alone
going to
can
be
put a team over the edge.
There's going to be a lot of arrests. That's what I know. There's going to be a lot of just spending the night in jail cells because it's going to get rowdy. It's going to get wild. And like San Diego can and I pick San Diego. I pick the Padres, but San Diego can act as crazy as they want. They can go in the streets. They can have Will Myers come buy them drinks at the bar. They can act all wild, but you are not Philly. Philly is a different animal, dude. A different beast. They will. I mean, I can't even imagine trying to wear a Padre uniform or jersey in that stadium tomorrow or 2 days from now. Crazy. It's going to be nuts.
Did you say nuts?
I did.
Well, Nate, let me tell you about our friends
Manscaped.
I mean, I don't talk like that, but I'm going to tell you about our friends over Manscaped. Support for the 3 Take is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you: 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code 3OTake at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com with code 3OTake. That's our social handle. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
2 things about that. Number 1, you only get our 20% off. This is a limited thing. So if you want 20% off, you got to go now. Like, we're not kidding. Like, this isn't going on forever.
That's true.
Second thing.
No, and Nate is a jokester at times. Take it from your friend KC here. He's not joking on this one. He's
like, you have like, I think 2 weeks left.
He's 100% right.
Yeah.
Here.
You got like 2 weeks left to get 20% off. So here's what I will say for the second thing. I have obviously the mower, the lawn mower is legit. I also got I
brought it with me out here to LA.
I got the nose hair thing too.
The weed whacker.
That bad boy does wonders up the nostril. And it's like, I was a little nervous. I tried it today for the first time. I was a little nervous. I was getting up in there.
Have you ever used one before? Just like
never.
In general?
No.
I've
always just used like a beard trimmer and just like barely get in there to get the long ones.
Yeah.
But that weed whacker, it was up in there, man. And it was like, I was scared. I thought it was going to pull some hairs. I thought it was going to cut my nose open. It didn't.
Nope.
At all. I actually got to the point where I was like trying to get every hair in there. And
it's magical, man.
I was smelling stuff today I didn't even know was around. I didn't even know.
It's a ride. It's an experience. Yeah. It's magical.
Manscaped.
But yeah, this 20% off plus free shipping is not going to last forever.
It's really
not lying. So go ahead and take advantage. Manscaped.com, promo code 3OTake, our social handle. All right, well, outlook for the remainder of these series. What do you got? Because to be honest with you, with the way this recording schedule has gone this past week, I don't know when we're going to see these people or when we're going to be talking to these people again. So it's very possible this series may be over by the time we talk to these people. So what do you got for the remainder of these series, outlook wise?
I mean, I think Padres are gonna have to continue to do what they've been doing. It's clear that like the dominant pitching that you're expecting on the Padres side is kind of wishy-washy. And so everything needs to be generated through that offense. I think their heartbeat runs through their offense. So keep doing what you got to do to, move runners up, hit behind runners, swipe bags, like shoot gaps, do everything you can. And the occasional bomb doesn't hurt. The Phillies side of things, you got the upper hand right now. You got the upper hand. I need Nola back for the clincher. And I need Nola to lock it down for the clincher. I think that's if you're a Philly fan, that's what you're hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, the reality of it is, I agree with you. Philly does have the upper hand. You're going back home. If you really think about it, you just got to flush one bad inning. You don't even really have to flush the game if you don't want to. Like, there's still things you can take away from game 2. You just have to flush that one inning where the wheels fell off. Like, they absolutely fell off. And, I mean, it ultimately cost you the game, but it is what it is. Like we said, we're going back home. You can take that energy and momentum you're going to get from that, without a doubt, that you're going to get from the home crowd, and
it's gonna be rocking.
And channel that immediately into Game 3, and you'll be in a good spot. If you're San Diego, you're gonna have, like you were saying, it's gonna have to be generated through that offense, but from a pitching front, you're gonna have to figure out a way to hold this Philly lineup in check. Like, they've been hot, they've been feeling it. It's a good reason as to why they're where they're at right now. The fact that they've made it to this point has been as a result of these guys starting to click, and you've got to find a way to hold Harper in check, because I feel like I've said it till I'm blue in the face at this point, but he has shown up this postseason. He's been one of the hottest hitters this postseason. So like, I think it's safe to say we can kind of push that narrative to the side a little bit, at least for the time being. So if you're San Diego, you're going to have to figure out a way to hold him in check. And you cannot let guys who are starting to feel themselves a little bit catch too much fire. Otherwise, you run into some good outings on the pitching front from Philly, and that you package that together, and there's nothing you're going to be able to do with that. So that's really what it comes down to.
I think the Padres need to realize that, like, yes, they were able to go in New York and take the Mets out. Clearly not the same environment. It's not going to be the same. Clearly, Citi Field was not able to produce the type of ruckus that Citizens Bank will.
Need I remind you, Game 3, the winner go home game for the Mets, was not even a sellout. So
it's just not the same.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that's a safe bet.
It's gonna be a lot worse. So buckle up. AL side. Oh boy. Kind of already talked about what the Yanks need to do. Try not to strike out 80% of the time again. And don't let Josh Donaldson play. I think you're safe. I think you're good. I think that it gets you a dub. If you keep Josh Donaldson out of the lineup, I think we're okay.
By the way, credit Sarah Langs for this little nugget here, but the Yankees struck out 17 times tonight. The Astros struck out twice. That 15 strikeout differential is the largest in a game in postseason history. So,
yeah.
So, credit to the Yanks, man.
Well,
making history.
Yeah, very true. But at the same time, that game was within reach. So as bad as you played, I think that's kind of the silver lining you got to take out of it. If you're in that clubhouse, you're like, as bad as we were offensively, it still came down to it. It still came down to it. We still had a chance. So just pick it up. Astros, look, man, take care of business at home. Like, that's just job number one. Like, that should be the job every time. Take care of business at home. And I mean, I feel like they're never going to run out of pitching. I feel like no one's ever going to be tired for their entire pitching staff. They're all going to be well rested.
I have a very strong feeling.
Also, Altuve needs to What are we doing? 0 for 18. 0 for his last 18, I think.
All right. Well, minus Jose Altuve.
Figure that out, please.
I have a very strong.
Don't. It's cool. Sorry.
Minus Jose Altuve, I have a very strong feeling that the Astros are really going to take this Yankee fan, we want Houston nonsense, and they're going to tell them where they can put that.
That's cool.
They're going to tell them to roll it up real tight.
I just love that it's guaranteed to go back to New York because that place is going to be stupid. That place is going to be insane. And it's going to be hostile. And it's going to be angry. Like, there's going to be angry people there shouting some not so nice things at Astros players. So it's going to be wild.
Nate? What did I say? It's time to stop using the scandal as a crutch. Like, just own up. If you're going up against the Astros, just be a better baseball team than the Astros. Stop using the scandal as a crutch.
That's what I said. The Yankees have to be perfect. Like, that's the only way you can win this series is being perfect. Today was not perfect. And so it's like, lock in on just playing your baseball and don't follow that. Like, I don't want the players to feed off of trash can stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, as a fan base, you're just like, whatever. It's those 5 years ago. Greg Bird was our first baseman during that series. So, like, we've come a long way. Things have changed. Can we go ahead and just make sure that we're focused? That's it.
Greg, just happy to be here, Bird. What a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Hey, before we go, over under 15 inflatable trash cans we see at Yankee Stadium.
We don't have to limit it to inflatable. We could just say trash can signs. We
References.
just put all trash can props.
All trash can, what's the word? Paraphernalia.
Fair.
Look at that.
Over under 15. I'll go over.
I'm going to say grossly over. Like, it's going to be nauseating. Again,
Yeah.
feel free to keep using it as a crutch, but it just makes the fan base and the team as a whole look pathetic. That's all I got.
It's going to be more. I mean, Altuve is going to get the brunt of it. It's going to be the most about Altuve because he's the one that took the MVP away from Judge in 2017. So he's going to catch just the worst amount while he's slumping. So hopefully game 2, he just goes another 0 for and just collapses, just folds.
I'm fully anticipating plenty of Altuve hate. Little plug here for SeatGeek. Use our promo code 30TAKE. It's our social handle for $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase. If you're trying to catch a playoff game before the end of the season, go ahead and use that promo code. Or if you've just checked out of baseball and you're trying to catch a hoops game, or you're trying to catch a football game, whatever it may be. Heck, you're trying to catch a theater performance.
Head to the theater.
Use our promo code 30TAKE for $20 off your first SeatGeek purchase, and hit us up on Chalkboard. If you're not on Chalkboard with us, I don't know what you're doing. Go over there. You can join a group chat with all bunch of baseball fans. Talk with us.
I don't think people understand it's not just us. Like, it's you don't have to, like, even. Yes, we want you to come chat with us, but, like, you can go chat with other people. You can go find other sports in there. You can go find other podcasts. You can hop into their group chats. Like, it's not just us in there. It's not just a group. It's not WhatsApp. Like, get in there, check it out, go look around.
We'll use our link in our bio.
Yeah, use our link. Otherwise, you're dead to me.
Yeah, use the link in our bio. Get Chalkboard, and then from there, just go wild. Go wild with it.
Yeah,
do what you want. Have a good time. Do what you want to.
We made it. We did it. We're here. We're at the end.
Any prediction for the remainder of either of these series, whether results oriented or not? Individual performance predictions. Do you see anything? Do you feel particularly strong about anything?
I think Schwarber is going to hit one further than he hit one. And was that game 1? The 488?
Yeah. The second home run. Harper and Schwarber with solo bombs. Yeah.
That ball was nuked. He's going to hit one further at Citizens Bank. That's my prediction.
All right.
Nice, icy cold Philly in October. He's going to hit one further. That's what I'm excited about. The cold. That's what I'm pumped for. New York, Philly, we're getting back to the cold fall postseason baseball. That's going to be sweet. I'm excited for that part.
I'm here for it. That's all I got.
Don't go chasing curveballs.
We love you all, and as always, looking forward to talking more baseball with you guys soon. Until next time, stay filthy.